Would-be thieves in Roanoke tried to steal a package from someone's porch in broad daylight yesterday.
Luckily, they were stopped by someone who was in the right place at the right time. 10 News reporter Taj Simmons is live in Roanoke now to tell us how it all happened. Taj?
Well, John, Lindsay, I'm sure you've heard the stories. We've shown the stories of porch pirates, the people who are lurking, waiting for you to go away to work or to school, and then take whatever the mail carrier leaves behind on your front steps. Unfortunately, those porch pirates were lurking in this area of southwest Roanoke yesterday, but thankfully, so was Mindy Craft. All Mindy Craft wanted to do Wednesday afternoon was drive to get a smoothie. Instead, she ran into some not-so-smooth criminals.
Right here on the corner. They weren't trying to hide anything whatsoever.
Craft was only 30 seconds away from her house in Raleigh Court when she spotted 3 teens taking the package off of her neighbor's porch.
We were watching each other, obviously. I even picked up my phone to mimic that I was on a phone call, thinking that maybe that would scare them off.
Craft drove away slowly and hoped the teens would put the package down. But when she saw them in her rearview mirror running across Grandin Road with the package, she made a quick U-turn in a nearby parking lot.
At that time, I stopped and yelled out the window and honked the horn, and I saw the one boy drop one of the packages.
Craft picked up the package and gave it to the victim's next-door neighbor, who was home at the time. 10 minutes later, she decided to do a little detective work.
Something in my head and my gut was saying that they were still around this neighborhood somewhere.
Craft found them only 2 blocks away, acting suspiciously around another house. Luckily, a cop was nearby. When Craft told him what happened, he busted 2 of the 3 teens, found more packages in their backpacks, and made a phone call to their parents.
And the dad was like, well, he's supposed to be in school. And the officer was like, well, I have him in cuffs in the back of the car.
Craft says she's prepared for possible porch pirates. She has a doorbell cam and motion detecting lights on her house. In the meantime, she still can't believe she caught some in the act during her lunch break.
How smart are you right now? I didn't want to call him dumb, but it was pretty dumb.
Ironically, Craft says she had never met the neighbor whose packages were taken before the porch pirate incident yesterday. And as far as how to avoid things like this from happening in the future, Roanoke Police recommends doorbell cams like the one Craft has, or telling your mail carrier to leave those packages where the porch pirates can't see them. For now, reporting live in Roanoke, Taj Simmons, 10 News, working for you.